When Jeff Comes Home, Chapter 8. Raymond Lucas Slate, Stevens said, glancing down at the yellow legal pad in his hand. 42 years old. He is a lawyer, or was. Dad nodded. Connie was next to him on the couch, tense, her back perfectly straight. Brian sat on the floor next to her, watching Stevens. Charlie was nearby, curled up in an armchair, her feet drawn up underneath her. She caught my eye as I paced by the window, across the room from the rest of them, and smiled encouragingly at me. Jeff, she said softly, patting the arm of the chair, indicating that I should sit there. Everyone turned to stare at me. No, I said rudely, looking away from Charlie as a hurt expression crossed her face. Slate worked for a firm in Los Angeles, Stephen continued, looking down at his notes again, then back at Dad. But he lived in Costa Mesa. 4 years ago, he was convicted of assault, the only evidence of a criminal record I found. He served 4 months in the L.A. County Jail. For the first time since Stevens had entered my room, I relaxed. See, Ray may be a criminal, but he's a normal criminal, not... Assault could mean anything, though, Stevens said. Sexual attacks against children, particularly boys, are often bargained down to simple assault. He curled his lip as I froze. The lawyers always say it's to protect the victim. Of course, the one who really benefits is the perpetrator. He goes into jail as a tough guy who beats somebody up, not a pervert who raped a kid. My face flamed. I glared at Stevens. Don't talk that way in front of them. I'm going down to Southern California tomorrow to see what I can find out, Stevens said. While you're gone, Connie said nervously, clutching at Brian's shoulder. Don't worry, I have an agent stationed in the lobby. That's not necessary, Dad said. I've got... Stevens raised his hands. Don't tell me anything I'll have to officially discourage you against. Look, the agent is a nice precautionary measure. The odds are Slate is long gone. Someone else's headache by now, he added. I held my face expressionless. What you do have to worry about is if the media finds out where you're staying. At least my guy downstairs can keep them away. Dad nodded grudgingly. He stood as Stevens did, reaching out to shake his hand. All right, good luck, and thanks. Sure, Stevens said. He pointed at me. Jeff, take care. I'll see you soon. I nodded, wanting to tell him that his trip would be useless, but that I wanted him here. Yes, here. As Stevens turned to leave, his pager beeped. You mind? He asked, not waiting for Dad's nod as he strode over to the living room phone, which happened to be near me. I backed away, but Stevens ignored me as he quickly punched in the number he read off the pager. Who could that be? Connie asked nervously. No one bothered to answer her. I watched Stevens' face. The person on the other end of the line was doing all the talking, and I could hear the agitation in his voice. My stomach tightened. It's about me. Yes, he's here, Stevens said shortly. I'll be right down. He hung up and turned to Dad. Ken, this has to be fast, so don't argue with me. The agent downstairs has someone in custody resembling Slate. What? Dad said, the color draining out of his face. Stevens was already shaking his head. I know you want to be there, but you can't. Stay with the family, and I'll call you as soon as I can. Don't leave this room. With that, Stevens ran off, slamming the door after him. Dad watched him go, motionless, one hand on the back of the couch where Connie sat. She looked up at him, reaching for his hand, her face as pale as his. Jeff, Charlie said finally, breaking the silence. Oh my God, what does he want? Maybe it's not him, Brian said. Shut up, Dad barked. Both of you. No one say anything. I started counting silently. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. The hell with this, Dad said suddenly, pulling away from Connie and heading for the door. No, Ken, Connie called after him, half raising from the couch, her face stricken. Dad, don't, I said, wrapping my arms around my stomach to ease the ache inside. He stopped, looking back at me. Please don't leave, please. He winced as though I'd struck him. I didn't leave, he said, quietly angry. I didn't leave. You understand that? He wasn't making much sense, but I thought I understood him. Don't blame me for what happened to you.